is important. But the other part is getting citizens engaged to help, be the eyes and ears. Y'all know there are probably things in your neighborhood that if you didn't think you would, but that are not probably going on right. That somebody could do something about it. But there are reasons that you probably have chosen not to tell anybody. But being able to get citizens to work with our police is always a challenge. So that's number one. The second thing that we focus on really has to do with job growth. And in the job growth, it's one thing to say that you have Airbus. Those are highly skilled, highly technical jobs. Not everybody qualifies for that. So having a broad range of jobs so that even those that maybe had limited schooling, that they could get their first job, so they could start some kind of career is very important. So by us having Amazon and having Walmart, those are a huge boost for our economy. Maybe as much as Airbus is, and so as much as Austal and Airbus. So I'm really grateful that those companies have chosen to come here, because that will give individuals jobs who probably didn't have maybe a hope of ever working at Airbus. I could probably never get a job at Airbus because I may not have the technical skills, to do what they need to do, really. And so some people have those skills and some don't. So those are two of the primary things. But there's always opportunities. The reason I'm kind of smiling is that it always comes down to having the funding, the money to do it. Okay? There's never enough money to solve every problem, and so you have to decide where does the money go, and making those priorities is always challenging.
Well, while we're on the topic of talking about jobs, how would you go about making it easier for teenagers to get jobs? Because right now it's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
Yeah, it's very difficult to get your first job. But before I tell you what I was going to do there, let me say this: that it's always easier to get a job if you have a job. So if you land your first job, let's just say you really don't kind of like it, or the person you're working with may be a jerk. Before just quitting, you're much better off finding another job before you quit the first job. So don't ever, jump off the edge of the building without a net under you. So when it comes to doing the first, helping teenagers get jobs, one of the things that we're working on is the YES Initiative. And I don't know if y'all heard about that. Have any of you heard of the YES Initiative? Well, we had 4,500 young people between, I think, 14 and 24 go online and sign up for participating in the YES Initiative. We didn't have but about 80 jobs in City Hall that were internships. And an internship with I-Team, right? But we had about 80 to 100 that worked at Gulf Shores in the hospitality industry. And so this year, because we were very successful in creating those jobs at Gulf Shores, we're hoping that we're going to be able to take 300 young people this year and get them jobs at Gulf Shores. These are hospitality jobs that have to do with the food service industry. First job would be bussing tables, maybe making up beds in a hotel room. But that gets your foot in the door so that you can start establishing a reputation as a teenager. Okay? And so Gulf Shores, because of the tourism business, doing some of that, they have 3,000 jobs available. We've got 3,000 young people that need jobs. The challenge is getting them trained and certified, making sure they're drug-free, and then getting the transportation between the two places. And we're working on that right now. My hope is that if this summer is successful, doing 300 jobs, then maybe we'll be able to do 1,000 next summer. And that would be hugely important if we could do that. But another thing when it comes to getting jobs, it's typically you find a job through some relationship, through the friend of a friend, your mother or father's, contact. They'll introduce you, and you've been told this, but that first impression that you make is very important to possibly getting a job. gentleman, African-American gentleman who works for the Corps of Engineers. He's an engineer. And I asked him, how did you get on with the Corps? And he said, well, I was an intern, and I got on the elevator one day and introduced myself to this older gentleman who got on the elevator with me. And I just shook his hand, and said, good morning, how you doing? And he said he wanted to know more about me, so I started telling him. And he said ever since that day, he took me kind of under his wing and walked me into getting my college degree, getting hired by the Corps, and then he was here, and so he helped me in my progress, you know, of climbing the ladder at the Corps of Engineers. Everybody has somebody that's helped them get a job or get promoted. I mean, there's always somebody that's going to make a recommendation that says, and you've got to do the work, but there's somebody saying, I believe in Derico, okay? Rico, got it right. I believe in Rico, okay. So I believe in Rico, you need to give him a chance. So that's really how it happens a lot of times. And as the mayor, obviously I can't go find individual find you jobs individually, but we can create a city where people want to come here and start businesses or grow their businesses. And if they're growing their business, that means they're hiring you. So that's what I'm trying to do. Time for about another question, then I'm cool. Well, what I was trying to do. One more. Reggie, we know what you want us to do?
Well, I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
I met with Councilman Manzi. You know, he's currently chairing the council until they elect a president. And he's told me that he's definitely willing to support the efforts that we're wanting to make into the city. And he said that he believes that the council would support the same. And he says that it will still be an administrative implementation, however, for them to support something. And so I guess my question would be, what is necessary for us to get the support of the administration so that we can implement some of these programs that we're seeing to actually work within the city?
Well, we have I don't know how many organizations there are that are looking for funding, you know, and a way to share and amplify their ideas, but there are hundreds. Okay, and so it really comes about by creating a written proposal of what you want to do, with the impact you think you can have, and presenting that to the administration in a written form. And you know, as we look at, it's kind of like a grant request. We call them contracts, performance contracts, and that's how it happens.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank y'all, and good luck to you. Thank you. And God bless you. Hope you have a Merry Christmas. I think somebody just